Yeah, Jason, I'm just letting you know.
All right, thank you. And let me bring the slides up.
Hey, Jason, just letting you know if we get cut off on, if I get cut off from the meeting, don't fret.
All right, I won't. All right, so we're going to start from the beginning here. All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, athletes, for joining. I really appreciate you taking your time out on an evening like this. There's lots of information going around. I know you're hearing lots of stuff, and you may have some questions, and there's a lot of information to process or to listen to. We just wanted to, on behalf of Special Olympics Maryland, give you some information that will maybe give you a better idea of what's going around if that's a concern for you, and then a strategy on how to perhaps keep yourself safe. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead. I may so on our first slide, you can see, so coronavirus is a virus that is going around, not just in this area in Maryland, but actually all around the US and all around the world. It is making some people sick, and some of the symptoms of that sickness is that you have a really high fever. So you can see the thermometer on this slide. So if you have a high fever or you're hot, and you feel really hot and your fever is 100.4 degrees or higher, that may be a symptom of this virus. You may have a cough, not a cough like allergies, like maybe you have allergies, it wouldn't be the same, but there is a cough, and then maybe you feel like you having some difficulty breathing. So if you have these symptoms, people are asking, or professionals and doctors are asking that you check in with your healthcare provider or your doctor to make sure that you're all right. Does that make sense to people, these three symptoms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so everyone knows what a fever and a cough and shortness of breath looks like, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. So that's those are the symptoms to be on the watch for. How does this get from people to people? How does the coronavirus spread and get to so many people? Here are the three kind of major ways that it does. So if you're coughing or sneezing and you're really close to someone who's coughing or sneezing, that's possible. So you can see in the first slide, someone is coughing on someone else. Even when you don't see it, when you're coughing, there are things that are coming out of your mouth that are that you can't see that can go on to other people. So that's, if you're close to someone and they cough or sneeze near you or on you, it's possible that that can spread that way. Shaking hands is a big thing. So maybe you've heard lots of people say, let's stop shaking hands. People are doing high fives, people are waving, people are touching feet instead, or elbows. Maybe you've seen someone do an elbow. So that is one way to how it spreads, but it's one way to stop the prevention. And then after you've been in touch with somebody or you've shaken someone's hands, maybe you're touching your eyes or your mouth or your nose, and then that part of that virus can get onto or into your body, into your system. So this is how it spreads. This is how it gets around. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Nope.
So and feel free. This is a safe place to ask questions. So this is, if you really have a question about it, let me know. So that makes sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. You guys are smart as whips. I love that. All right. So how do we protect ourselves? So actually, I'm going to see if we can't make this a session where we all participate. So Faith McLucky, can you tell me how can we protect ourselves? What's the thing, the picture on the left side of that screen?
Stay home. Stay home if you are feeling sick.
Right, exactly. Thank you. So if you're feeling sick at all in any way, we're encouraging you to stay home. So it spreads when you're around lots of people or when you're around people at all. So if you have any kind of feeling that you're sick, they're asking you to stay home. All right. Let's see. Abby Resnick, can you read the one on the right, please?
Like, washing your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty
Excuse
important.
me.
So,
Can
yes.
you help me here for a minute?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, I got an email, and for some reason, I cannot figure out how to get the slides to enlarge.
So there may be something on your screen, maybe on the bottom right. That looks like it's 2 arrows. Let me take a look at what I have. Or something, and that should expand the screen bigger.
Ah, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Okay, so as Abby said, another way to protect ourselves is to wash our hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. So that doesn't mean once a day. Hold on one sec. That means that every time you've kind of been to, your hands have made contact with something else, and you're avoiding touching your face, that you should wash your hands every time you use the bathroom, every time after lunch, every time after a meal or a snack, and every time you sneeze or blow your nose. It's important to go wash your hands with soap and water, not just water, not just running your hands through the water, but for 20 seconds. And there'll be a little trick on that coming up. So the first 2 things to protect ourselves is to stay home if you're sick, because we don't want to make other people sick, and that we're washing our hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. So let's see who can help me on this one. Hey, Jim, can you see this slide? Jim Downs?
Yes.
Can you read the slide that says hand washing is important because?
Hand washing is important because regularly wash your hands with soap and water can protect you from illnesses caused by viruses and bacteria.
All right.
It is the best way to stop germs from spreading.
Okay, so coronavirus, because you can tell in its name, is a virus, and the best way that we can prevent it is to regularly wash our hands with soap and water. So that's what we said in the last slide. It is the most effective way to help prevent. So in the middle slide, you can see that there's 6 easy steps to cleaning our hands, and you'll be surprised how many people actually don't know how to clean their hands. So I thought we would take a minute and we would review the 6 easy steps to cleaning our hands. And let's see, Elena, can you help me with steps 1 and 2, please?
Yes. Wet your hands, apply soap.
Yeah, and then you can finish this. Why don't you do 3 through 6 as well?
Wash your hands for 30 seconds. I'm not going to try to read what's in that small soap.
Yeah, that's okay. You can do number 4. So Elena, can you read number 4? Nope, did we lose Elena?
I'm here.
Okay, can you do number 4?
Yes. Rinse well.
All right, number 5.
Dry your hands. Turn off water with paper towel.
Okay. All right, so let's review what Elena shared with us, is that there's 6 easy steps to cleaning our hands. First, you wet your hands, so you just don't put soap on dry hands. You get your hands wet, you apply the soap, and you spend 20 seconds washing your hands. And how do we know how we've washed our hands for 20 seconds? So Chris Dooley, can you read the bottom right where there's a musical note?
Yes. How do you know if I washed my hands for 20 seconds?
All right.
Sing happy birthday to myself twice, or sing the alphabet song to yourself.
Okay, so thank you, Chris. So 20 seconds, if you want to know how long 20 seconds is if you sing the happy birthday song to yourself. So happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday, dear Jason, happy birthday to me. That's 10 seconds. And then you sing it one more time. And then you've now washed for 20 seconds. Now, I'm not going to name any names, but we had a staff person today when I was in, someone was washing their hands, I could hear them singing the song to themselves while they were washing their hands.
Happy birthday to
Yeah,
me.
exactly. So it was good. It's a good reminder, right? So that's 20 seconds. And then you rinse the soap from your hands. Step 4, dry your hands. And why do you think they say turn off the water with a paper towel?
Well, that's because you don't want to contaminate the faucet.
Right. You already have your hands clean, right? If you go back and you
Yeah.
touch the faucet, well, then they're going to be dirty and you're going to have to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
yeah, go ahead, Anu.
I was gonna say, yeah, not just when you wash your hands, when you have to use the bathroom. Also, you want to make some food or some. Also, try not to touch your eyes, your nose, or your mouth, because you get germs by touching the door, the faucet, or anywhere else in your apartment or your house or your.
Great. Yeah. So Anu has really he's ahead of us. So he's moved on and talked about some of the other stuff. On the right side of the screen, Faith, can you read the right side that says when to wash your hands?
After using the toilet.
Oh, okay. Jason, yeah, good job. Faith, how about number 2 there?
For preparing, touching your eating food.
Okay, excellent. So we have 2, when to wash your hands after using the toilet, and then that was Jason, and then Faith said before preparing or touching or eating your food. Okay. Todd Pullian, can you read the middle one?
Still playing with animals.
Excellent, thank you. So after playing with animals is a good time to wash your hands. And then the 4th one, who hasn't gone yet? Greg Fuss, can you read the 4th one?
Jason, I can't read anything because I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone. Okay. So Hannah, can you read the 4th one?
After your sports practice.
Excellent. So after you've had a really good sports practice, you wash your hands. And then the last one, we will go, who hasn't gone? Let's see. You gonna go, Jason? Yep.
Covering your nose or mouth.
Okay, excellent. So after coughing or sneezing or blowing your nose or mouth, right? So here are the 5 things, or the 5 times we want you to wash your hands. And now we've given you the method in the middle. And how do we know we've done 20 seconds of hand washing? Remember, how do we know?
Stay alive.
Or staying alive.
Staying alive.
No, he took a CPR class and so he said you sing "Staying Alive" because that's what you did in a CPR.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that may be 20 seconds, but what we're working on is what? What song do we sing to ourselves twice?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
Happy
yourself.
birthday. Yeah, twice. Very good. Okay. Any questions on that, everybody?
Well, there's something I want to say.
Hold on, Anu. You'll go second. Elena, you have the floor.
I think it's nearly. I do like an extra 10 seconds because I already have a weakened immune system because I don't have half of it.
Okay.
So I just do another 10 or another 20 seconds. Just
Okay.
to be sure I'm not a little overkill, but rather be safe than sorry.
Well, more is better than less. So, all right. Anu, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say to the washing your hands part. There's one thing you forgot to put the not just wash your hands, but sanitizer works too, as long as it has at least 60% of alcohol in it.
Great. Yeah, that's a really good point, Anu. Thank you. So sanitizer does work. It is washing your hands is the #1 option, but if you don't have that option, sanitizer will be a good second choice. So very good. Thank you.
Jason,
Yes.
how do you put the picture on the webcam, like up here?
So on the bottom left of your screen, Chris, if you make it bigger, there should be something that looks like a video camera and next to a microphone, and you just click on the video camera.
Yep. Zoom on video.
Video on.
Okay, very good. All right, everybody, good job on that slide. So now we know what the coronavirus does and what the symptoms are. Now we know how to, we talked about, where did we go back here? Talked about how to protect ourselves and how it spreads and how to wash our hands. Here's another 2 ways that we can protect ourselves. So let's see, Hannah, would you do the one on the left, please?
Avoid being around people who are sick.
All right, great. Thank you. So we said if you feel sick, you should stay home, but if not everyone stays home sometimes. So if there are people who you're around who sound sick and may not be well, it's best if we can avoid them until they get better. So that's a good one. And Abby, can you do the one on the right, please?
Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands.
All right. So now we've gone over that you should be touching your hands a lot. Or sorry, we should be washing your hands a lot. I got that wrong, didn't I? We should wash our hands a lot, and we talked about five times at least when we should wash our hands. And then if your hands are unwashed, try not to touch your eyes, nose, and mouth, because that's another way that the virus can get into you. So we have that. All right, great stuff. Some more ways to protect. Oh, I'm sorry. Any questions on that?
What I want to know is, do essential oils like kill the virus, like On Guard?
You know, Abby, I think you might have to bring that up to your physician and see what he or she says. I don't have a familiarity with essential oils, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering.
No, it's a great question. Please ask. I want to make sure you go to the right person for the right answer. And for essential oils, that's not me. So.
Okay, it's just a lot of people are turning to essential oil.
It could be. They may have properties, but you check with your physician first.
Okay.
Okay.
Not heard for safe distances, they say to keep any.
I was just wondering.
Way for people who are sick.
Mm-hmm.
At minimum.
Yeah. So can you repeat that? You're 6 to 8 feet, you said?
6 feet, Jason. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Have to be at least 6 feet away.
Right. So how do we avoid people being around people who are sick? Yeah, we keep a distance of 6 feet away. Right. That's excellent. Good point. Thank you for that. So how else do we protect ourselves? Let's see. Jim Downs, can you do the one on the left, please?
Clean surfaces with disinfectant.
All right, so we're going to clean surfaces with disinfectant. So the coronavirus, for those of you who are on video, actually lays on a surface. So that's why we can contact it when we're shaking hands, or that's why we can get it from other people. If we clean those surfaces with a disinfectant or antibacterial stuff, we can help prevent that a little more. So we clean our surfaces, and that means your tables and your keyboards and your phones, and so just give them a cleaning. That'll help. And then we have one more. Let's see here. Is Todd, you still on, Todd?
Yeah.
Can you read the picture on the right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right.
Cover your nose and mouth when you sneeze or cough.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. So yeah, that's kind of not just for coronavirus, but for any time you have a cold or allergies, you want to cover your nose and mouth.
Yeah, but not with your hands. Try covering your mouth with your arms.
Exactly. Thank you, Anu. And ideally, you want Kleenex or tissue, something that will grab everything. You don't want sneezing into your jacket or your arm. Someone may touch your arm and then get sick from that. So we're really trying to encourage people or tell people to use Kleenex or some kind of tissue that you can sneeze into, and then throw that away, and then go wash your hands. So back to the washing hands. All right, so your safety and health is important. That's why we're doing this this little session tonight. Special Olympics Maryland has canceled all competitions till the end of the month. And you may have some questions about that, which I think the biggest one is why are we canceling practices and competitions? So does anyone have an answer to that? That a reason why we might be doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Is that Todd or Chris?
Yeah.
I'll wait. Cause I also have an answer, but I'll wait.
Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Because of the coronavirus and why, just to keep us safe.
Yeah.
Because we don't want it to spread.
That's a good point. Anu, why else?
Well, it's not just because of coronavirus, but it is part of coronavirus, but also doesn't want people to get infected or getting sick. Not just the athletes, but the unified partners, coaches, spectators, even the volunteers, and we can't risk their health for something that we want to do.
That's a really good point, Anu. Thank you. Yeah, we want.
One question.
Yeah, go ahead, Abby.
What I want to know is, we won't be penalized for not having enough practices because of this.
Yeah, I don't believe you will, but your coaches will have more information on that, and they'll be able to tell you.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think if you take that up with your coaches, they'll be able to answer that.
And also.
And Jason.
Hold on one sec, Chris.
Will you let us know for some reason, like if the entire season gets canceled because of this?
Yeah, Special Olympics Maryland will definitely keep you guys up to speed, and you'll get notices either through your area director or through your coaches. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. I
All
was
right.
as confused as everyone else.
Yeah, no, that's great, Abby. I'm glad you're asking questions. Thank you.
I have 2 comments.
All right, Elena.
Well, one, this coming, for a lot of us to do basketball because that is, well, quote unquote, a contact sport. But there's also, we're not going to have time in between games.
All right, so your video is slowing down a little, Elena. I'm not sure why, but I think, yeah, you're talking about time between games and basketball. So basketball is canceled. There will be no further basketball practices. There will be no basketball competition, no state championships. That is currently, that competition will not be happening. So what happens after the 31st? Special Olympics Maryland is working really hard to keep up to date on everything, and we'll see kind of what happens moving forward. But for now, there are no competitions and practices till the end of the month. And another reason we're doing this is because when you have a practice or a large competition, that's lots of people together in a small space, and that makes it easier for the coronavirus to spread between people. So and you've heard probably today and yesterday that the NBA has canceled their season, the NHL, the NCAA has canceled March Madness. So this is all part of trying to keep large groups from being in a really small area from each other. So that'll help in the prevention. So, So here's kind of maybe what you were talking about, Elena. So Special Olympics Maryland, SOMD, it says, will continue to monitor State Health Department and the CDC. That's short, or those letters mean the Center for Disease Control, and that is they help monitor outbreaks like the virus we're having. So we're working with them, make sure we have the latest information, and we're working with the staff from our Special Olympics International office in DC. We're working with the local programs, so Howard County, Frederick County, Anne Arundel, any of your county programs. We're working with state officials and venues. Sometimes the venues will make this decision and not us. And as you said, we'll keep you up to date as much as possible and timely, so that decisions can be made early enough. We're going to provide your area leaders with further steps if necessary, and hopefully, and I know they will get that information down to you and your coaches, so you're aware of everything. So, and then we've already seen this, which is great. Social media is a good thing, keeps us together and kind of aware of what's going on in our lives. It's absolutely okay to express your sadness or frustration at not being able to complete your season on social media. You guys have worked really hard, and that was a hard decision to make. It's the right decision, but it's a hard decision. But when you do, remember also that there have been some good things in your season that have happened this year as well, and try and reflect back on both sides of that. Did you learn a new skill? Did you score some more baskets than you did last year? Did you meet some new friends? Did your team come together? Let's share some of that as well, because one moment shouldn't define a season, and so we're making sure that we tell people about every aspect of that season. So, any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, Chris. I'll go around the whole. Yeah, Jason Kaufman, any questions?
No.
Say no. No.
No.
No, okay. Elena?
He's asking if you have any questions when he gets to your name, okay?
Okay, I think I think we've lost her. Faith McLucky, any questions?
No, I've met her before.
Faith?
No.
No, okay. Todd Pullian, any questions?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know.
You do not, okay. Hannah Reams?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
I'm still here.
Chris, you've already told me. Abby Resnick, any more questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Greg Fuss, any questions?
Actually, I do have
Okay.
a question.
Going back to Chris.
Is it true that the coronavirus affects people with, like, what they call it, immune system, like lower immune systems than other people do?
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. And currently, it is affecting kind of older people. So, so that they seem to be the more susceptible to this than most people. So, yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Greg Fuss, any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Jim Downs?
Not right now.
All right, thank you. A new Singleton.
Not on my part, man.
All right, but hey, so everybody, thank you for joining. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if it was, if you learned something, if you feel like you're a little more prepared for what's going on. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to talk more about it, and tell your friends that we have this slideshow, and that we'd be happy to put it on again if they have any questions. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Wash your hands.
Thank you.
You know I will, Jason.
I know you will. All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.